Anyway, today we're going to talk about temperature and how it relates to crankbaiting and where I find different water temperatures that can aid us. Little numbers that I see a huge increase in bass activity is a great tool. It is a tool that I use an extraordinarily inordinate amount of time, being that I'm from Kentucky Lake. That's where I cut my teeth fishing. And what does a crankbait need to look like, and what do they do? When you go online, you look at Tackle Warehouse stuff, you've got stuff all over there. When you go into the tackle shop, you get in there and you see all these different crankbaits, all these different shapes. You got thin ones, you got fat ones, you got long ones, the whole 9 yards. But what do you need to look for in a crankbait to find a particular characteristic about it? 2 basic styles of crankbaits. You've got a crankbait like this one. This is a Strike King Series 3, in which the bill comes straight out of that crankbait. It comes straight at you. What does that tell you? That tells you that that bait, when it comes straight out of the bill like that, that bait is probably going to have a pretty tight wiggle. A tight wiggle. When you look at a bait like this square bill, you see a bill that comes downward. That gives you a bait that has a big wobble. Is there a time and a place for all this? I definitely think there is. And then you can get into the crazy baits, kind of like this one, you know, handmaids and thin baits, and what's the power word up here? Wee bait in Ohio. Then you've got all the little flat-sided D baits and stuff. Oh, I've got all that stuff too. I've got all of it. We've all big collectors. But each handmade bait has totally different characteristics. So looking for those characteristics are very, very important. 38 degrees. I've caught bass on crankbaits, water temperatures as cold as 36 degrees. Now, I wasn't winding that plug very fast. I mean, those fish are so lethargic. One of the keys that you have to be thinking about, particular in water temperatures from 48 on down the line, is clarity. If you do not have water clarity in cold water, gang, if the water's the color of my shirt, my skeeter shirt, if it's murky and dirty and ugly, bank that fishing trip and do your honeydews for your wife or girlfriend or significant other. Just kidding. Bank it, because that's the most difficult set of conditions we face. Dirty, cold water is tough because fish have got to be able to see in cold water to react. They are sight-oriented and feed very rapidly when you can get them to fire up as long as they can see. So at 38 degrees, now these temperatures, let me go back and say these temperatures are main lake core water temperatures. I'm not talking about up in a pocket way back there where it's out of the wind and it's in the sun all day. I'm talking about the lake as a whole, a good average. That's what I'm talking about. So that's always a question that I get. But in 38 degree water, 42 degree water, we have to be very, very slow about what we do. Now, one of the things I like to do that time of year is back off some of the line on my reel. Actually, don't spool it all the way to top. Leave a 1/4 inch, because that means I'm bringing in less line. And if you're like me, you've probably got your own little cadence that you like when you're cranking. I mean, I don't care. I reel the same speed all the time. So I have to be cognizant of gear ratio, like the first little video, and then by taking some of that line off the reel spool, we can cheat. And I'm all about cheating bass fishing. I want to cut every corner I can to be more efficient,
I hope you enjoyed the preview clip, and for more like that and the entire collection, subscribe to the Bass University TV. And if you want the tackle that you see on there, I want you to go to the Bass University Tackle Shop, powered by Tackle Warehouse, and click right here, and it's all at your fingertips.
You want to become a better angler?
You want to catch more and bigger bass at your local pond?
Then check out Bass University TV for hardcore bass fishing information.
Hey, I'm Pete Gluzek.
And I'm Mike Iaconelli.
And this is Bass University TV.
Welcome to Bass University TV, an online video training course where you'll learn champion bass fishing techniques from pro anglers Pete Gluzek, Mike Iaconelli, and their talented special guests.
Everywhere I go in the country, I'm trying to use these techniques because I catch big fish that way.
From on the water to in the classroom,
We want to use that bait to help make that area even smaller and really find that sweet spot.
you'll learn sound techniques and strong fundamental bass fishing skills.
You want something that's got a nice limber action, that's going to allow you to build pressure and keep those hooks pinned against that fish's mouth.
Watch hours of video content on multiple topics at your own pace for a low monthly fee. Cancel at any time.
Hold on, because you're going to catch some big fish.
Information is power in the sport of fishing, so learn from the very best.
That's a key theory in all of fishing.
Subscribe to Bass University TV today.
Man, does it trigger a lot of strikes.
Here's the part that you're not going to hear anywhere else. This is the Bass University TV exclusive.